Tomorrow marks 5 months since an EF3 tornado tore through Forest Park, tearing down trees that had stood for decades. But that storm also dealt a blow to the birds living in the park, specifically the owls. First Alert 4's Avery Martinez went owling last night. You saw firsthand how the owls are doing after the devastation. Got a chance to see one of the most famous strigiforms. We're talking Charles. I'm glad we're talking about this because the day after the tornado, I was out in Forest Park reporting, and there were people looking for Charles that day, and they didn't know if they would find him after the tornado.
Well, I'm telling you, first off, Charles, very famous. Number two, that is actually Charles right back there. In case you've never seen Charles.
Handsome guy.
That's Charles. Yeah, he's a very handsome, great horned owl. And Charles, and that is what a strigiform is. It's an owl in colloquial terms. And Charles is probably one of the most recognized birds in the park, Cameron. But before we actually talk about Charles, let's talk about Mark, who's been documenting these beautiful birds for literally decades. Now, Mr. Glenshaw loves sharing what he's learned about the owls, and specifically how they're hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever actually seen an owl in Forest Park, and I think the day after the tornado was the first time I, thought about all the creatures that find their homes in the trees.
Well, Cam, I don't think you're alone. There's a lot of people. Mark actually told me yesterday that they're literally all around you and that he's seen them in every part of St. Louis and even in the Metro East. And even if you're not really a bird person, you have to respect Mark's dedication. He spends, he told me, 300 evenings a year checking in on his great horned owl friends. And he'll happily take you along, which I was lucky enough to do last night.
And no matter what sort of day you're having, you go out and see the owls, your day gets better. You're in a different pace, a different rhythm, and then you see the owls do average behaviors that are totally amazing.
And Mark should know. He's been watching these owls for 20 years.
The difference between I don't see it to, oh, there it is, can be inches.
Matter of fact, you've probably walked right by an owl in St. Louis and didn't notice.
The owls vary their tree usage so much. In each season, they use 10 to 15 different trees.
Mark's a bit of a hoot, talking to anyone who stops to see why he's staring at the sky so he can share his love of owls and talk about the research crucial to understanding them.
I hear them sometimes, and I've seen owls pretty much in captivity, but this is my first time seeing one in the wild, actually.
But there's one bird in particular the owl community of St. Louis loves.
So Charles is a male great horned owl. In the birds of prey, the females are larger than the males. So great horned owls are 18 to 25 inches tall, third tallest owl in North America, coming in at 2 to 5 pounds. Now, if that doesn't sound very heavy, keep in mind that birds that fly, their bones are hollow.
But finding them has gotten harder since the tornado tore through the park.
I had over 70 trees and groups of trees named. Tornado damaged over half of those trees, including many of them completely destroyed.
Worse, Charles and May were missing.
And this is after 20 cumulative hours of searching by me and my friends, the whole community of people that's grown up around the owls.
After a day of searching, they finally spotted Charles, and the next day saw May.
One tree that was used as a nest in 6 different years, that is a stump now.
It destroyed their home habitat.
And as bad as the tornado was, it could have been so much worse. Coming to the park these days, it's a mixture of grief at what's been lost, but it's also a mixture of relief. These guys are so adaptable.
Which gives Mark hope and a reason to bring anybody out on an owling.
And if you're having a really bad day, take 2 owls and call me in the morning.
Well, the best part is if you want to know Charles personally or learn how to watch the owls from Mark, you can attend one of his talks that's actually happening tonight.
And clearly Charles knows what's going on. He's keeping close eye on the people on the ground. So his talk, Forest Park Owls Hiding in Plain Sight, starts at 5 at the National Great Rivers Research and Education Center. That's on Confluence Way in East Alton.
And he'll be showing owl fans of all ages how to watch for birds in your own backyard. And I'm told that costumes are encouraged, Cam, so I guess if you don't have anything going on after this, you can try out your Halloween costume.
Could be fun, yeah.
Is it going to be an owl?
I was thinking about a cowboy or something, but clearly he's not scared of anything, so I don't think any costume could scare him off.
No.
Cool stuff. Okay, Avery, thank you for your reporting. Leah?